Hi everyone. Okay, today's topic. Have you ever been with a group of friends and one of them's talking and all of a sudden you notice they've got like this big green black piece of something in their teeth? And you're like, they could be in the middle of a conversation and you have no problem like interrupting and be like, you got a little something. You need to fix that. And they'll thank you for it. You may have totally caught them off guard and screwed up their train of thought, but they're like, oh, okay, just a sec, let me fix it. And then they're good. And they're like, thanks. But have you also ever been with friends and you're in a group and one of them says something and you're like, well, that wasn't cool. Or, oh, that person's facial expression just changed. They obviously didn't take that very well. It's no different. It's like the emotional verbal version of some big yucky green thing stuck in your teeth. But in the real physical version, we're like, oh, you got a little something, something. But when they say it, we're like, oh. But then we don't say anything. And I know because I've done that. And it wasn't the right thing. I can't tell you how many times I watch that and then afterwards, to make matters worse, it's like the group clues in. Everyone clues in except for the person that said it. And then the group tends to discuss and be like, did you hear that? Like, why would she say that? And so they're discussing amongst themselves. They're discussing with everyone except for the person that said it, which is the one person that needs to be told. So no, I know that's not what you were trying to do. You weren't trying to tick anybody off. You were just making a comment. You just didn't clue into how it was going to be perceived. So today's conversation is one that I recently had with our teenage daughter. Because, high school, there aren't groups of friends ever. I mean, and even when you're done high school, even if you're like working now, like there's your girlfriends or your group friends, and then there's your work friends, and then there's your sports friends, and there's all kinds of friends, but there's groups. And typically the last person to find out that something went awry is the person who said it. Because no one wants to be that person that tells them. And because it's uncomfortable and it's awkward. And you're like, technically they didn't say it to me, so maybe I should just mind my own business. And I'm not quite sure how they're going to react. And I don't really want that because no one wants uncomfortableness. So let me tell you something that I learned from my mentors that I can honestly say they probably told me 1,000 times before I actually got it. And again, gang, I keep going back to being blessed to have mentors in my life. Please search out. And if you don't have, look, ask questions, ask comments. How do you find them? Where do you find them? But, a friend loves you for who you are. A mentor loves you too much to leave you where you are. What does that mean? That means they will often tell you, or at least in my case, tell you not what you want to hear, but probably what you need to hear, which is not fun in the moment, half the time. But always is done with kindness and always is done with your best intent because they see greatness in you. They see your potential. So they're going to stretch you to help you grow, to be better. Not just say, it's just Jill, she didn't mean it, and love me anyway. And I appreciate my unconditional love friends. I truly do. Life is so much better with them. And if you have those kinds, count your blessings and give them a hug. But mentors are people that have wisdom, have experience more than you do, who, and this part's important, have the fruit on the tree that you want. So be careful on who you ask experience and wisdom from. Make sure that they're a credible source for the result that you want. Sounds reasonable? Okay, going back to the conversation with the teenager. I talked about it being called confident compassion. The confident part is look, I get it. It's uncomfortable. It makes you feel vulnerable. Even though it's the other person that said something, you're the one that's bringing it up, so it makes you uncomfortable. And I get it. It's like, are they going to be mad at me? I don't want to ruffle feathers. Technically, it wasn't about me. Maybe I should just mind my own business. But I know that you would also be that person that if they had broccoli in their teeth, you'd tell them because you care. So when they mess up and say something that they didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings, you need to tell them because you care. But you need to do it with compassion. That's the second part. You need to do it with love. You need to do it with kindness. You can start with saying things like, look, if I saw something stuck in your teeth and it really didn't look cool, would you want me to tell you? I promise you they're going to say yes. And then you can say, and if I heard you say something that I know you didn't mean to upset anyone, but I watched the other person's facial expression change, would you want me to give you a heads up? Because I know that's not what you were trying to do. They're going to say yes. They might say it a little bit taken aback and defensively because they're like, uh-oh, I did something wrong. You can reiterate, I don't think you did anything wrong because I know your heart and you weren't trying to upset anyone, but I also know your heart and you weren't trying to upset anyone. So if you did accidentally, I know that you'd want to at least know so you could fix it, so you could correct it, because that's not your heart. And I hope that you care about me enough that if you ever saw me, not just with something stuck in my teeth, but girl, please tell me if I got something stuck in my teeth. But if you heard me say something, you would care enough about me to do the same. Because that's how we look out for each other. That's the compassion part. You know, we live in a world where it's really easy to talk about everybody else through, I don't know, pick a half a dozen different media formats. But truly, if you care about someone and you want them to reciprocate it, friendship isn't always just about sunshine and roses. Sometimes it's about being real, but doing it with love so that the person knows you're not attacking them, you're trying to help them. And if you think about it, if they had some broccoli stuck in their teeth, you're not thinking about you, you're thinking about the broccoli. So you have no problem with confidence telling them that. So if you know in your heart that you heard one of your friends say something and it hurt someone else's feeling, even as long as it's you that's seeing it, if you feel uncomfortable and don't want to tell them, then my tough love is you're not thinking about them, you're thinking about you. Put your mindset back on them and just be like, look, I know you would never hurt anyone's feelings on purpose, but I think maybe someone didn't take something the right way because I saw this or I heard this, and I know that's not what your heart would be. Confident compassion means love the people enough around you to want them to be better. Not just be about you, but be about helping them. Not just in their physical appearance, but in their brand and in how they're perceived. Because if the roles were reversed, you'd want the same thing. I hope this was helpful. Again, I hope you'll I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you'll leave comments. And again, the whole mentor thing, yeah, it's really cool. Having people be able to encourage you is great. Having people that can encourage you and guide you is even better. Just remember, everything that they're giving you, if you do have those kinds of people in your life, they're not trying to make you uncomfortable, although it really does feel like it sometimes. They're trying to make you better because they know that they see the greatness in you of what you can be. And then you can pay it forward to others. That's how we learn. Learn from other people's screw-ups. It's really helpful because then you don't have to bang your own head against the wall. Wishing you an amazing week, everyone. We'll chat again soon.